So, I usually try and like differentiate what types of stories I'm going to tell and try and mix it up and not make it like the same type of story every day. But I've kind of been on a streak lately, and then I was going to stop with a different kind of story, but then something happened literally today that I just needed to tell the story of. So, story time takes place, as I said, literally today. I don't know what day you're watching this, but the day I uploaded it is the day I upload it is the day that this happened. So as we all know, public transit is always an adventure. Especially in the city that I live in, public transit is kind of wild. You got people sleeping on the trains and the buses. You got people doing drugs and drinking, and people are doing all kinds of whack shit, whether they're homeless or just a regular dude. Like, people are always doing weird shit on public transit. So I take transit to a lot of places that I go. As I've mentioned in my stories before, I do use the train a lot in the city that I live in. And I've definitely encountered some weird shit. Like, even just recently, there's some dude just like casually hitting a crack pipe on the train, so that was nice. But as I believe I've mentioned before, I often take the train with my girlfriend to take her to work just because I feel like taking her to work. We can hang out a little bit, and it's a good time. So today I did just that. We got up a little early, and I got to her house a little earlier, and we went to a local place and we got some breakfast. Just had a nice little date in the morning, and then we walked to the train. So I took the train with her all the way up to where she works, got off, walked her to work, and kind of, did a little bit of looking around in some nearby stores. And then I went back to the train, and after a little bit of a wait, I hopped back on. And after I hopped back on, it was really, what was that? It was really busy. Because I think there's like a festival of some sort in town right now that we have a lot of people going to, and a lot of people take the train to that. But a couple stations down from the station that I got off at to take my girlfriend to work, there is the station near a high school, which is actually one of my old high schools. I say one of because I did go to multiple different high schools throughout my school days. So naturally, when we hit this station, there is a good number of people getting on the train from school because school had just gotten out. And I'm just sitting on this train, and some of them work, they have like different rows of seats, but the one I was on, they have like long benches along like both sides of the train so that the middle is open so people can walk through. And I was sitting on one side, and these two girls got on with their backpacks looking like they just got off of school, and they sat down basically directly across from me. And, they definitely acted like those girls in high school. They were, like, scrolling and tapping through their phones, like, showing each other things, like, laughing obnoxiously. And, like, I could hear the, like, acrylic nails, like, hitting the phone screen, the old high school sound. And they were, like, trying to sneakily hit a vape, like, in their sleeves and whatnot. Just the whole 9 yards. And I just am trying not to pay attention because I don't like paying attention to people. I always accidentally do it, but I'm just trying to sit there listening to my music, listening to Into the Void by Kiss, which is a very good song. Then after a little bit, I noticed that the girls are starting to whisper to each other, which is like kind of weird, but I guess not that weird because like you're on a public train, so you might as well not want to like blurt out your entire conversation to everybody on this busy train. And they were like laughing to each other and giggling to each other, and I was just thinking like they probably just don't want everyone else to hear what they're talking about, which would make sense, but made less sense considering what they did after. So I really don't know how to like go into detail on these things, so I really don't want to, but I mean I do have to like describe it for the story to work. You know how like some girls in high school would show up just in like there'd be the ones who were like dressed up in like an actual like outfit, like normal clothes. Then there'd be the ones who'd show up in like the hoodie and sweatpants or the hoodie and pajama pants. Like, those girls, right? So this one girl that was sitting there was definitely the hoodie and sweatpants type because that's what she was wearing. And I don't want to like describe this, but like I said, I have to. So her friend decides to lean down and pull her friend's sweatpants down a little bit, and how do I put that? Have lunch is how I'm going to put this. And if that didn't click with any of you, she was literally eating at her fucking friend, like, right on the train. And I just, like, don't pay attention. I just start looking out the window, trying to listen to my music, just jamming. And then I just hear, like, through my earbuds, because this dude is super loud. I hear this old dude, because I look at him, he looks pretty old. He's yelling, like, "What the fuck are you guys doing? Like, right here on the train? That's disgusting." And, like, there's this little button that you can hit that, like, kind of says that, like, you need help. It's, like, the assistance button. So he hits that button, and we're right about to come to another station. And I don't know if they just have transit cops, like, stationed at every station or what. But as soon as we got to this next station, some transit cops walk onto our car. And the worst part is these two girls didn't even really like stop or pay attention to like anything else. They didn't even like notice that the transit cops got on until they like grabbed them both by the shoulder and then like started to pull them off the train. And the one girl who was leaned down, she just kind of like went with it. She didn't like resist or anything. But the girl who was getting taken care of, she started like resisting and being like, oh, let go of me, like don't fucking touch me, don't put your hands on me. And then she was squirming around too, and she was off on the platform, of course, and she managed to like break away from the cops or the transit cops, but they were like holding her hoodie, and she managed to like squirm like out of her hoodie, and she was completely fucking topless, by the way, and just hopped back on the train as it left. She just abandoned her friend. And, like, everyone in this fucking train was just, like, trying not to look at her and just, like, look elsewhere, considering we all just saw that happen. And it was a really awkward, like, couple minutes until we reached the next station. But, of course, once we reached that next station, she got escorted off the train by more transit cops, and they had a pretty solid grip on her this time. She didn't get away, and that was the last I saw of her. So yeah, guys, it pretty much does it for the story time. Moral of today's story is keep it in your pants till you get home, because if you don't, then chances are nothing good will come of it. Anyways, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. You all know the drill at this point. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you so much for helping me hit 400 subscribers. And make sure to check out Dubby. I've partnered with them, as I have said before. It's like G Fuel, but better in my opinion. If you use code GentooMan from my link in the description, you can get 10% off your order, and I get a cut, so it really helps me out. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.